Yeah, the challenge that Emma's facing is that she lacked belief in herself. She lacked confidence in herself. And if something went poorly, or if she was challenged in some way on the soccer field, in school, wherever, instead of finding that inner self that would back her up where she could go forward and be confident with what she was doing, she would then collapse. Um, she has, she had some emotional challenges for sure. And just didn't, she wasn't anywhere near self-actualized. She just didn't believe that she was as good as we knew she was. What we knew she could do and who she was didn't match. She would get into a situation where she'd be forced to make a decision or forced to make a choice that we didn't want to have to make for her. And rather than acting upon that choice, she would just waver. She'd dither between things and sometimes shut down. Um, I mean, for example, on the soccer field, if she was challenged by a stronger player and she lost a challenge or two, she would just lose confidence in her ability to play. She just wouldn't, passes would suddenly go where they weren't supposed to go. You see her effort dip for sure. She'd start comparing herself and that would be it. She'd just kind of go downhill from there. Not as prevalent in school, but it was a similar issue with friends. And when she needed to, maybe she wanted to establish a relationship with a friend, she just didn't know how to do it, so she just didn't do it, and she'd avoid instead. When she made a mistake before working with you, she would collapse, and there'd be tears, and there'd just be emotion, and there'd just be avoidance and withdrawal. And now there just isn't. There, she just knows that she can make mistakes and things are still okay. Um, as far as her soccer is concerned, she can get blown up and make a mistake or get beat, and it's no longer it's because they're better than me. It's she takes that experience, takes a piece from it that's going to help her out, and she moves forward and betters herself. I mean, it's the difference between a girl who didn't really know where she was going or even how to get there to a girl who is getting a pretty solid idea about how she can handle things and how she can deal with new situations, and someone who's confident in herself. It's it's night and day.
Mhm.
What I've liked most with you and her is that the process has been organic. That's what I really like. I thought Emma has problems with confidence. Luke will talk to her about confidence. She will increase her confidence somehow. And that's not where it went. It was, oh, there's these other three issues. And let's deal with those. And let's see where that goes. And my wife would say, hey, what was the conversation this week? What'd you talk about? And I'm like, oh, we talked about the fact that she's not sure that we love her all the time. And huh? And really? Uh, that's what I've liked most about it is that it's gone where it's needed to go. And sometimes she's been the director of that. Sometimes you've made those decisions. And sometimes we have parents have said, yeah, this week it needs to be this. That's what I'm noticing. And what's been nice about being part of the sessions too is that I can see that progress. And so I can make an informed choice if I need to, or we need to steer this direction based on what I've seen previously. And that's been the most fun part of it. I did not expect that, but it's been a very welcome experience for sure. It was about her belief in self. It was about her comparing herself to others. It was about her um, timidness. We were very surprised that she thought that when she didn't do well in something that we didn't love her. That was an astonishing conversation that we had that shocked both of us. And to watch her to find out that she's a mantra girl. She likes mantras. She enjoys saying things to herself and uses it constantly. Was a surprise for us. That's been the most fun part of the journey is that we knew that she had what we thought was this main issue, and it turns out there was all sorts of other stuff that had to be addressed before that happened. Yeah, I would. Yeah, all day long. Yeah, in fact, I've actually talked with a couple of people that I know and said, I have a guy and here's what he's done and here's what's going on. And if you're interested, I'm happy to put you in touch. We need more people like you, Luke, honestly. We need people that are willing to just work with kids and help them out. Um, and Emma's a great kid. She's a great girl. She's good in school. She's a great athlete. She's got interests. She knows what she wants, but she's needed a lot of help. Um, she's got two parents that support her and love her, and yet she's needed discussion. She's needed to figure herself out. And how many kids need that? Yeah, we've been honestly very, very pleased. I'd recommend you all day long, twice on Sunday.
Yep.
Don't hesitate. Absolutely. Don't hesitate in any way. The kids need help. And it doesn't matter what age, they need help. They don't, and parents are probably doing their best to help them out, but at some point, the way that you are able to draw thoughts from a kid or a teenager is important. And to be able to sit and watch that happen is like, we're grateful for that, because you've even said some things that we've said, but she went, oh, well, Luke said this. And we're like, all right, cool. Whatever. That's great. Let's just do that. I'm down for that. Yeah, I just think there's no harm in trying counseling, coaching, whatever you'd like to call it, if it leads to the benefit of the child. It's a no-brainer.